bienvenue pour assister donc
So welcome to the Photocall for the BFG, the Big Friendly Giant, a new film from this giant of cinema, Steven Spielberg. So everybody is being set up for this film. Actors, producers, the loyal producers of Steven Spielberg, of course, like Franck Marshall, Katleen Kennedy, and Kristie Macosko is there as well, accompanying this project that we're finally discovering in Cannes. We've had very few pictures apart from the trailer. There was no screening. It's forbidden one type of screening. So it's a big premiere for everybody here in Cannes. Thank you very much for giving us the privilege of seeing his new film, a family film.
Il vient donc présenter avec cette...
He's presenting with this young actress, Ruby Barnhill. First steps in cinema. And the BFG is this giant, Mark Rylance. A lot of English people in there, because you can see Rebecca Hall, the actress of Vicky Cristina Barcelona.
Le film de Woody Allen, à leur côté également.
Alongside them,
eh bien, vous avez d'autres membres du
other members of the cast.
Qui joue à des géants.
Jemaine Clement, who plays the head giant, if you like, and his character is a flesh eater.
Anglo-saxon, mais pas américain. En tout cas, il est néo-zélandais.
Flesh lump eater. Jemaine Clement is from New Zealand. He's not English. There's, of course, you can see her there. Penelope Wilton, just on the right.
Actrice anglaise également.
A well-known actress from England as well.
Steven Spielberg a remarqué dans la série Downton
that he noticed in Downton Abbey.
Série à succès. Et là,
very successful series, and she became the queen of the aristocrats.
C'est la reine Elisabeth qu'elle incarne à l'écran, la reine d'Angleterre en tout cas. Dans ce film,
so this fantastic tale that Steven Spielberg has given us. He shot with several systems, mixing real settings, real backgrounds, so they didn't have to deal with shooting in front of the green screen, but there's performance capture, and you've got others who are playing their own size, because it's really, there's radically different sizes, up to 13 meters high for the biggest, played by Jemaine Clement. And so it must have been a real challenge. He managed to get everybody in there. It's shot in real settings, so you don't get this artificial idea of digital effects.
Mais au contraire, une image.
But on the contrary, a fairly bewitching, magical image. It's very much like a fairy tale. And it's like the vision of Steven Spielberg's cinema. So he's not president of the jury now, he's a filmmaker again. The Bridge of Spies, which won an Oscar for Mark Rylance.
Et le voici donc avec le bon gros géant.
And here he is with the BFG.
Large public.
For a very wide family audience. For children, I think he told this story to his children, and they said, I think, something like, "Why don't you make a film, Dad?" Anyway, he carried on making films, of course, for the pleasure of children around the world.
Steven Spielberg, le voilà.
Steven Spielberg, there he is.
Je vous le disais, il a été présent à Cannes en 2013.
He was in Cannes in 2013 as president of the festival.
Il était venu une première fois pour Sugarland Express.
He came for Sugarland Express in 74.
Scénario.
Where he got best screenplay. He came back with E.T., presented out of competition. He presented, it was 82. In 86, he came to present The Color Purple. Out of competition too. And
avec Harrison Ford, avec George Lucas.
He came with Harrison Ford and George Lucas to present Indiana Jones and the Crystal Skull.
Présenté hors compétition.
Presented out of competition in 2008.
Accueillir Steven Spielberg.
And welcoming Steven Spielberg in Cannes is welcoming a piece of cinema history, of Hollywood history, world history, because his cinema
touche le monde entier. Je pense que c'est l'un des cinéastes.
And he touches everybody. You know, when you ask anybody to give anybody around the world to give the name of the filmmaker, they'll need to be, you know, in the top three, if you like.
Voilà donc la jeune.
So young
Barnhill.
Barnhill.
Barnhill découverte après un casting
Discovered after a very long casting process, 6 months to find this little girl. Whose role is essential. She's Sophie, the little insomniac who lives in a boarding school.
Originaire de Knutsford.
She comes from Knutsford in Cheshire.
Et Steven Spielberg dit d'elle qu'elle possédait quelque chose.
And Steven Spielberg said she had something that the others didn't have. Extremely talented, and she was perfect for this role.
Alors ils se sont ensuite rencontrés, la petite Ruby et Mark Rylance.
So they met. She met Mark Rylance, who's got a lot of experience, of course. They improvised some scenes together in front of the camera of Steven Spielberg, and Katleen Kennedy, his producer, said, yep, it works really well. There's something between them, so we're going to shoot with Ruby and Mark. Because what happens between the two characters is really very, very strong. So everything is this relationship between Sophie and the BFG. So Rebecca Hall back in Cannes. The last time she came was in 2008 with Vicky Cristina Barcelona, Woody Allen.
Rebecca Hall qui avait tourné également une promesse.
She was in Patrice Lecomte's La Promesse, in Iron Man 3 recently. Sean Black.
Elle était à l'affiche de The Gift de Joel.
The Gift from Joel Gerton, English actress.
Également L'Heure de vérité de Ron Howard.
Frost Nixon.
Le Prestige
Ron
de
Howard.
Christopher Nolan. Elle a rencontré
Prestige, Christopher Nolan.
de la planète.
So she's worked with some great directors, and here she talks to a giant. Rebecca Hall plays the Queen's servant,
Penelope Wilton dans ce film.
the Queen's handmaiden. And here's the giant, Mark Rylance,
Qui était venu en compétition avec des
who came with Angels and Insects,
qui a
English actor, but
également vécu aux États-Unis.
has lived in the US,
Beaucoup de théâtre.
a lot of theatre,
Et il a pu
and
étudier à un moment donné à la Royal
he
Academy of
studied
Dramatic
at the Royal Academy of Dramatic Arts and worked on the role of Hamlet,
Une pièce qui fera une grande tournée aux États-Unis,
a
au
play
Royaume-Uni.
that toured around the UK.
Il a tourné avec Sean Penn dans Gunman.
He was in Gunman with Sean Penn before the Bridge of Spies from Spielberg, which earned him the Oscar for Best Supporting Actor that he took from Sylvester Stallone, who was a favorite with his film Creed. So this was a surprise.
Jemaine qui est un acteur
Jemaine
néo-zélandais.
Clement comes from New Zealand.
Jemaine Clement, musicien, humoriste.
Musician, humorist, comedian.
Il y a un duo musical qui s'appelle Flight of the
Of
Conchords.
course, in the musical duo The Flight of the Conchords with Brett Mackenzie.
Il a une mère maori.
His mother is Maori.
On a pu le voir récemment dans Rio 2, dans
He was in Rio 2, Barry Sonnenfeld's Men in Black 3,
The Diner de Jay Roche,
Diner.
Moi moche et méchant. Donc il fait des voix souvent, Jemaine Clement. Et là, je vous le disais,
A number of roles. He was in Despicable Me.
il incarne le méchant.
So here,
Gros géant, mais le méchant
he's
grand
the
géant.
bad giant. So here's and who's called
Qui est donc,
Flesh
la reine
Lump Eater.
d'Angleterre de ce film.
So the Queen of England, Penelope Wilton,
Actrice britannique, bien
British
sûr.
actress, of course.
Elle est officière de l'ordre de l'Empire britannique depuis 2004.
She's OBE. She was in Best Marigold Hotel.
De ses premières venues à Cannes, en tout cas,
One of the first times she's come to Cannes, I think, in a film,
en sélection officielle.
in the official selection,
Compétition officielle.
not in the competition.
Voilà, vous avez découvert donc l'ensemble du
So, the cast.
présent à Cannes. On va découvrir maintenant
Cannes.
la bande-annonce du Pont Gros Géant.
Now,
de
the trailer of the BFG,
alors que Rebecca Hall va
and Rebecca Hall is going to have a last
à la demande générale.
appearance before the photographers.
Over your right shoulder, please, right shoulder! Right shoulder, Rebecca! Rebecca, this way! Over your right shoulder, please! Rebecca, la, 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 la! Rebecca! Rebecca! Left shoulder!